So YouTube is always live bringing you the Pokemon Fire Red Randomized Episode 1. We start off again by picking Dratini as a starter, which we are going to nickname Spyro. Now, the starters really weren't that great of a selection. I could have actually re-rolled this by me making the randomizer by Fire Red game by going through the randomizer and redoing the whole settings. But I decided I'm going to take the challenge and I'm going to go through and just do my best with it. But sadly, of course, Tina's only damaging move is Wrap. I'm like, yeah, that's not helpful. So we did name our rival as Kirby. Kirby's a good friend of mine that I played from a Pixelmon server that I used to play on. Actually, I still play on another one so I currently play with Pixelmon server, but we talk often. So I decided to make him my rival. He's actually very good at playing Pokemon games and a lot of that, so I think it was quite fitting as a rival name. I clearly lose the first battle, but that's kind of to be expected, as a team that only knows Wrap is probably not going to be the best. But from this point on, we're going to be calling any Pokemon we have by the names of the Pokemon, by the name of the Pokemon that we give the nickname to. So throughout the series, each Pokemon I catch is going to be given a nickname. Whether it be, even if I don't end up using it. Now, I think what I want to do is have a kind of similar to a Nuzlocke where it needs to be nicknamed no matter what. Now, if I don't nickname the Pokemon, I'm going to leave it as a rule that I can't use it until it gets nicknamed. So until I get to Lavender Town, that's a quite far distance away. And so it's going to be a really big mistake if I accidentally don't nickname a Pokemon. Some Pokemon names are going to be kind of based on realistic things. Some stuff like Dratini being named Spyro is actually based on one of my favorite games as a kid, was the Legend of Spyro games. Those were great games to me, and I loved them a lot. I played the first one like way too many times. I'm probably not way too many times, but I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite versions of it. So to what don't like it. So that's one of the main reasons why I picked Spyro, and especially because it's a dragon. It makes more sense to me to do that way. I ended up trying to do a lot of grinding because just for the sheer fact that that's what I had to do. Now, at the moment, the game sped up is at 3x the speed, normal speed. And it will be like that for the next 2 videos as well. Possibly the next 3. Because I might actually start pre-recording the next 3 episodes. Well, I already pre-recorded the first 3 episodes. So as of right now, there are 3 episodes already made. So there might be, by the time this one gets set up, there might be fully recorded. There's probably going to be 6 episodes already set. But I might try the next 2 episodes at 2x and see if at least the next episode, like the 4th episode, at 2x. It's kind of high on my nose, so my nose can't prove that properly, which is weird. But nonetheless, let's say. Now, I don't end up catching I end up wasting a lot of Pokeballs on this Ghastly, which I kind of just want to catch it, hoping to catch it, because Ghastly would have been a relatively good start-up Pokemon, but I end up choosing not to get one later on. I won't end up getting one, well, at least not now, for a while. Another thing is going to be Legendaries. I don't plan on catching Legendaries. Well, let me rephrase it. I don't want to catch any Legendaries till after I beat the Elite Four the first time. Legendaries are going to be after that, unless they're, what's it called? They're overworld sprites. And even then, I believe they're random, so if it's now, if that does end up being a Legendary, I will be allowed to catch that. So we're going to that's really when and where I'll be allowed to catch up Legendary. Other than that, I'm not really going to be allowed to catch them. So that's basically what the rule of thumb is that. Now, I don't know why I kept just buying it like this. I think because the speed up, I kept going down one, so I decided, I'll just buy like this and just get it done quicker. So I ended up going down here looking for a Pokemon that I kind of wanted to catch. So I ended up running from a few of these battles. I really didn't want an Omastar or Vigoroth. And the next Pokemon that was supposed to... Oh, you know what? I do battle this, so I didn't think I did. I thought I ran from it. No, I did run from it. Yeah, this is the Pokemon I ended up catching with the next one. So I decided that Houndour was a pretty good option. The fire Pokemon, pretty early fire Pokemon. We could use that. Ended up becoming our lifesaver throughout the series as I actually continued playing this version first. This what made the deciding factor whether or not I was going to re-roll the entire series, or this game version of this one, redo the start of it. This allowed me to continue it, and we moved on from here, so this was really good. Since catching this was going to be a great option, named him Lewis because he's kind of like a dog to me. Like, since he's a dog Pokemon, well, it's kind of like a fire dog. So I said I didn't name him after my current dog, so that's why I named him Lewis. And that was the reason behind that name. Let's see. The next Pokemon, I ended up catching one more Pokemon before this end of this one going out, but that's a little later on. I ended up spending a lot more time grinding now. This is when I started doing a lot of level grinding, because it's just not worth doing otherwise, because sadly Spyro not having any other move but Wrap leads to a lot of issues along the road where it can't really do a lot of damage to a lot of Pokemon, so it's kind of a lot of weird battles with him. Or her, and I guess there could be a female Dratini. I didn't look at that close enough, and it's probably, you guys will know ahead of time already on that. If you see where I'm waiting around for a little bit, not really doing anything, it's not for a long period of time. It's relatively small period of times, but it's just because I'm clicking onto another game. That's what I ended up doing throughout this, and it's probably gonna be what I do when I do my Runescape videos as well. As I'm playing another game, like I'm somewhat AFK doing, and that's what leads for the pauses, or sometimes when I hear I'm doing my recording sounds for the audio video, you click every so often. That's just me playing another game, doing stuff out of the other game. So, a lot of times, that's what it is. So, I'm going to go into a little bit of a backstory since we got some time kind of level grinding right now. So, there's not really much else I want to talk about this. It's just level grinding. My history of Pokemon games is pretty good. Besides, I played a lot of the games. I haven't really played too much ROM hacks. So, I've played almost none. So the first game we're gonna really play that's is a ROM hack is gonna be the Pokemon Dark Rising, the first one. There's two actually. I found out there was two. I didn't know about that, but there's at least one. The first one, and I've heard it's very difficult. It's a lot more difficult than a lot of the other games. So I'm gonna be going through that, and I'm gonna be trying to beat that. I'm not gonna do a Nuzlocke on it because I've never played the game before, and I don't feel confident enough playing it unknowingly, basically blind. As I'm not, when I play that game, that's gonna be when I'm recording the series for you guys. So, in my standpoint, I don't want to do a Nuzlocke on something I haven't played before, and don't have enough experience playing it to understand what I need to do, what I should do, and how I should do it. Personally, I don't find Nuzlocke that really that fun. It's just my standpoint of view on it. I understand the challenge behind it and why they can be quite fun to play, but I don't really like it. If I was originally thinking about doing a Nuzlocke on this, which was my first one really doing, but then I realized one major issue: I would have lost relatively fast, because as soon as I barely got to Pokemon here, which would have been the yesterday, I wouldn't have the Houndour. And then if I died by Dratini, I would have had to have found another Pokemon real quick, which I only would have had a few routes to do. So I would have had to either go through Viridian. I would have had to go through Viridian Forest using a dead Pokemon. Either if I couldn't get a Pokemon, the route towards the Pokemon Elite 4, or the route above that, I would have had to go through the Viridian Forest using it, and if the first encounter I get, I fail to catch, I can't use one there at all. That would leave me the pass just as you're going into Pewter City, which means I had to battle with the Pokemon that are dead just to get there, no matter what, at a minimum. And if I can't catch a Pokemon there, I would lose the Nuzlocke right then and there, which means I would have to either restart the Nuzlocke completely, restart the whole thing completely, or I would have had to continue as a normal game playthrough. And it might as well, if I was just going to continue on as a normal playthrough, I might as well have just played a normal playthrough anyway. So that's what made my decision on that. Now, on Fire Red, I find I do know enough of the game to say I can probably do a Nuzlocke with. But I felt that with this kind of playthrough, how it's going to be, how different it's going to be, I don't really want to do it that way. And that is why I chose to do it the regular way. But let's go with some history of some of my other games. Back to the history. Because I kind of started saying the history, then the saying I played a lot and I really played much, and then I kind of went to this, which I do from time to time. A lot of the time is so I started playing when they got Pokemon Blue as a gift. Then I went to, so I played a lot of that. Then I got Gold. I think my brother had gotten Silver at the time, so we didn't really do much playing against each other or trading, so, but I had Gold, he had Silver. Then when Pokemon Ruby Sapphire came out, I ended up trading up my systems to that. I think I actually ended up getting Ruby. I kind of wish I had gotten Sapphire and all, but I'm pretty sure I ended up getting Ruby. I'm not 100% on that one. But I would remember that I would play that game for quite some time. It was really great until Fire Red. Then I ended up taking after that game I played for a while. I ended up taking a break. A few months prior to knowing that Fire Red and Leaf Green were gonna come out, and that's when I got the SP. I ended up getting the blue one, which was great because I actually like blue. My favorite color is the blue, so that's why I kind of wanted the blue one. And I ended up getting the Fire Red game. It ended up being the very first game that I really actually got level 100, level 100s. I mean, the other games I got kind of high level, but I never got really to level 100. And the other game I had a lot of Pokemon, like a lot of the catch Pokemon. It was all legit stuff, all legit Pokemon. I've caught them, and I was trading through the Elite Four, beating them. It was pretty easy to do. Because once I got to the point where I could literally beat the E4 with like 3 Pokemon, basically I would have 3 Pokemon with like computer shares on, and I would just level them up repeatedly through that way. And that's how I would do it. That's how I ended up doing it. Let's say. And then I played a lot. Then I started playing some of the DS version games, like some of the new ones. I think I played everyone except Black and 1 and 2. I want to see 1 and 2. I never really finished or played them. I never really cared. I didn't seem to really care for them. They weren't that great in my standpoint. But that's just me. But nonetheless, on that standpoint, I played a lot of Alpha Sapphire. And Alpha Sapphire was it's a fun game. I did kind of like how they did the new EV training, so you didn't have to do Pokemon battles. So it's a lot easier to just get your Pokemon you want. Once you have it, just train it, EV train it. Through that, took, I say, about the same amount of time, or maybe a little less. It depended on how active you were when you were doing it. But it was really great. You could do a lot of training. You can get a lot done. It was fun. It was worth it. It was a pretty fun mini game in a way since they did it. how they did it. Another thing was, and then I played a lot, like I said, I played a lot of Pixelmon servers, so I first started on Pokeballers. Played that for at least a few years. And now I started playing them. Sorry, just a little tired. Only woke up a couple hours ago, but a little bit tired. And ended up playing. Now I'm playing Pixel Spark, which is on the Destiny MC network. So that's about what I'm doing now. Pokemon Relay. Besides this game right now. But yeah, to go for it, I ended up trying to catching that Mudkip at the beginning earlier. You saw it earlier, and I ended up killing it by mistake. I didn't think that last rap would have killed it, but I found out that way. But it ended up being like really annoying encounter because trying to find it. At this point, I'm literally holding the speed button, just trying to skip battles till I find it again. Because I did want to sit there and waiting, trying to find it. Doing it the other way, as that would have taken more time. I was thinking of actually a Meryl. I know I could have gotten the Trico there without a decent grass Pokemon, but I really didn't want to use the two starters, different starter version, actual starters. So I really wanted to stick with the Mudkip at the time. So in the long run, I think the Mudkip would be a good option to go with. Considering it's a water ground Pokemon, well, once it hits Marsh Thompson, it'd be a water ground Pokemon, meaning the electric moves are really gonna be bad again. I'm not gonna do anything for it, and it's gonna be great against. Well, if I was playing regular gyms, they would be great for the third gym, but first and third gym. But sadly, of course, that's not gonna be the case, as these gyms are random Pokemon, so. I mean, no guarantee there's going to be an electric Pokemon in there at all. Now, I did keep it so my rival's Pokemon is going to stay the same. Like, the starter Pokemon he picked will be there throughout the game series. And by level 35, all Pokemon will be fully evolved by trainer battles, so it's going to add a bit more difficulty, since we'll be fighting fully evolved Pokemon no later than I would say the 4th gym. I want to say it's the 4th gym, but it could be the 3rd gym. But I want to say at least the 4th gym, no matter what. It should be mostly all level 100, all fully evolved Pokemon. Now, this is the matchup I do end up catching, which ended up working out, which was nice. I think I catch off this. I just throw a Pokeball here and I catch off this one, is what I believe. If I remember correctly, even I could watch it and wait and say that, but exactly what ended up happening. So, I got about 30 seconds left, so I'm going to end up nicknaming him Kid Mud. I like doing that. It's always been my nickname for Mudkip. But I like it. Anything else, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Especially for more content, as I will always try to produce content, and, well, close enough. I end up ending towards the Pokemon Center, so we're not going to be much longer. But, because I heal up. But yeah, like I said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content or any suggestions for otherwise, video-wise.